Hello and welcome again to Not Fake News. I have a breaking story here. Alert. Journalist exposes conspiracy against President Trump. It's worse than I thought. We need more journalists like this one. Now, I haven't read it yet, so I don't know if it's true or not. Let's read it and see what you think and what I think. The deep state is coming after Trump with both barrels, but more patriots are finally coming out to expose the truth, and it's just in time. Dr. Paul Craig Roberts was once an editor for the mainstream press and an assistant secretary to the Treasury under President Reagan. He's an anti-establishment economist who became distinguished by the mainstream media and then went independent. I'm sorry. He became disgusted by the mainstream media and went independent. In his most recent publication, he explains in grave detail the plot against President Trump via Paul Craig Roberts, according to him, right? So according to Roberts, President Trump and the patriots who voted for him, that's you and I, are in a war against the military-industrial complex, security apparatus. The current accusations of collusion with Russia are part of a sustained attack against Trump to prevent him from saving our country. President Trump has promised to take our country back from the unelected security apparatus that secretly runs the country right now, and he is being targeted for the effort. Robert explains that the fake allegations of connections to Russia serve multiple purposes, all of them nefarious. President Trump threatens the power these groups have achieved already. This is all real. This is all definitely true. And this is their attempt to maintain their profits and power. See, they had everything going. They had a lot invested in this. And then Trump came in and just starting to break it down, and they're freaking out. The narrative began well before the election was over. Indeed, Trump was under investigation since July, since before he was a Republican nominee. The security apparatus knew he would be a threat, and they were targeting him early. The security apparatus relies on the Russian menace as a scapegoat to justify its existence. When Trump vows to normalize relations with Russia, he threatens one of our major justifications of its budget and power. The intelligence community requires a boogeyman, and they are willing to risk nuclear war to keep us afraid. Well, I don't know if they're willing to risk that. The Democrats are happy to use Russian interference. Well, they did try to get us into a mini war with Russia, but I think they knew Russia knew what they were doing. Everyone knew what they were doing, so they probably knew Russia wouldn't do anything. So I don't think they were really willing to risk nuclear war. But you never know. I mean, they are some sick people, these Democrats. I do call them demon rats all the time. So what would a demon do? The Democrats are happy to use Russian interference as an excuse for the horrid election performance, but the real purpose of the allegation is to ultimately impeach Trump and Pence and reinstall themselves into the White House. Essentially, the demon rats and a few Republicans are attempting a coup right now. And have been. The majority of the competition between Democrats and Republicans is manufactured. Establishment politicians in both parties rely heavily on funding from the security apparatus. They're not competing over policy differences, but money. Whomever controls the White House gets rich. Directors James Comey and Mike Rogers are clearly an enemy of Trump. It is the only explanation for their testimony, yet there is nothing the president can do to stop them. If he hires the traitors, it will just be proof that he is a Russian agent. What is happening in Washington is a revolutionary war. Nefarious powers have stolen our country, and we need to fight back to take it back. President Trump needs our support more now than ever. President Trump threatens the entire racket that the left and some other people on the right have put together. He's too rich to be bought and too honest to be blackmailed. And at this point, Trump may be the only person capable of saving our country from an insider forces that have taken it over. Now, I've been saying this. I mean, you know how the left acted when Hillary lost? Well, if Trump would have lost and Hillary would have won, we would have acted that way, but we would have been correct in feeling that way, because he is saving America. She was going to destroy it. So we would have been justified, is what I'm saying. Do you think Paul Roberts, the person who is alleging this story, is correct? Please share in the story in the comments below. Also share this on Facebook and Twitter and get the word out and see what everyone thinks. I know parts of it are correct. Most of this sounds right. Just makes sense. But we don't have 100% proof, do we? So that's it. I wanted to get that story out to you. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to our channel if you haven't already subscribed. And if you like what we're doing here at Not Fake News, please like the video. Give us the thumbs up. It's important and it means a lot to us. See you next time at Not Fake News.